Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone. A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the dread Lord's trial.
Gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This is the court of the dread Lord's tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend, aspirants of his most profane order, the would-be unholy assassins of Baal. But you are no mere aspirant. I did not expect to see you again. So it is true. You have returned.
Saravok Anchev, a relic of your cursed line, a Baal spawn who failed to become chosen.
I have heard it said you lost your memories. Let me revive them. You were once Baal's favorite. You worshipped him the way he would wish. Your bloodlust innate. Your thirst for butchery unslakable. But you were foolish enough to think yourself untouchable. You didn't see Orin rising through the ranks. You were blinded by her artistry, her devotion. You believed she worshipped you as much as all the others. Your fall was as spectacular as your birth. The purest Baal spawn there ever was. Ruined by his own hubris. But now, you have returned. Tell me, are you here to have your vengeance on my granddaughter? She is the child of my child, and your bloodkin. But she only seeks the Baalian favor you were born to inherit. She may have usurped you once, but all her rites and rituals will never match her to your natural gift. Baal is about to name a new chosen. All is between you and my granddaughter, Orin, now. And Orin has much to learn. Our Lord does not care for beauty. Baal cares only for death. Death in numbers. Death in droves. It is a lesson Orin will only learn in death. I wonder if you will be the one to teach her. She is the child of my child, and your bloodkin. But your blood is purer than mine ever was. He made you himself. The perfect killer. I have heard of the duel Orin proposed to you. She seeks to sacrifice you in our father's temple. She dreams that your corpse will be her masterpiece. But she forgets, before your incident, you were the true master. You were murder. Pure murder. No excesses. No pretensions. I believe you will be the one to slay Orin. But you will need my help. I see you have not embraced your birthright yet. Perhaps with my stewardship, Father will bless you yet. Before you may return to our Father's fold, I must first ensure that you remain as pure and worthy of his blessings as you once were. Come, child of murder. Let me lead you in Baal's worship. Spirit of the slaughtered, return to us. Show us the achievements this child has accomplished in thy unholy name.
His will be done.
You took this spirit's life, and thus its voice. So, speak for it. How was this pitiable creature slain?
Reverence.
Zeal.
Long may he reign.
You bear his blood well, child. Your offering pleases Father. You are ripe for rebirth in his unholy name. We have a sacrifice prepared for you, child of murder. Let us celebrate your becoming. Child of Baal, offer thanks unto your father for your birth, and in so doing, be reborn anew. Slaughter this celestial being. Spill its blood into the void, and through eradication of its goodness, be exalted. Spare no violence for the Dreadlord's grace, and savor every moment of the creature's slaughter. Behold, Father Baal, your lost child, bathed anew. Arise, unholy assassin.
His most unholy will be done.
Take this amulet, child, and return it to your father's chamber. You are the true inheritor of his will, and he would smile to see you wear it. Cleanse the temple of Orin's girlish shrines, and bring your primal slaughter back to Baal. There is nothing more I can teach you, but if you bring about her death, return to me. We shall revel in the divine memory together, as family.
Spawn, you speak to another of your fallen family. It is heartening to see a child once again brimming with promise. All us wretched specters, Baal's failures, are watching your rise with great anticipation. In life, I was a Barzigal, kin killer of the Five. In death, I serve our father still, until the world grows silent. I offer you instruments which will aid in enacting your foul whims. The Five, my order of father's spawn, were among the first to carve the philosophy that Saravok's death began. We led our worship by killing the weakest of our own line, writing kinslaying into the canon. We hunted down his insipid fledglings in droves, until we were all that was left. All but Saravok's own murderer, who murdered me in turn. I am no half-blooded Drake. Alive, I was a dragon of pure cerulean chrome. But oft the need arose to disguise myself thus. Yes, Father Baal mated with a true dragon. Pray one day you have the honor of doing the same.
Hail, unholy assassin. You have fulfilled a fraction of your blood's dark promise. You are learning it takes more than birth blood alone to become a consecrated killer. It takes belief. It was known to those who walked this path before you. Common killers. Children of murder and would-be gods. And now, it is known to you. I tricked the first, devoured the second, all in pursuit of the third, godhood. I am Amalesan, the Black-Hearted. I stood as Baal's high priestess, his eternal succor, until I sought to usurp him. Such a question Saravok must ask me thrice a year. He deludes himself with suspicions of living spawn from my womb. There are none. For devotees of death, you of his line are so basely fascinated with propagating new life. It ever seemed to me an impurity in the doctrine. It was my triumph to die among the stars, in the astral plane. It was a fine death. Perhaps the best. Tell me, Baalspawn, how do you wish to die? You really are the most perfect of his children yet born. You know there is no being alive Baal will not claim. The ultimate victory in his war is to strike the last killing blow ever to be struck. A sorry thing, there will be no audience left for your finale.
Welcome to our cause, unholy assassin. May your service to Baal be savage.
A fresh, unholy assassin, and one of Baal's own blood. You are to be commended, though I expected nothing less from a child of murder. We are his justices. We preside over his most profane tribunal, forevermore. I am Ilisera the Quick, child of Baal, slayer of his idle children, cut down before my time. Unholy assassin, your birth was a miracle. Baal conceived you from a place beyond mortality. Your birth, your creation, Father tended to you with love. He made you perfection. I am most interested to see what will become of you, child of murder.
Today we witnessed near perfection, Baalspawn. Your blood was foul before, but now you are twice tarnished. The unholiest assassin. Father shall be proud, indeed. Go to him and present your sister as an offering. There isn't a moment to lose. And so I am exposed to the instincts of a pure Baalspawn. I should have known. Yours is a nature not to be contained. A true pleasure this will be, Baalspawn. Whether to kill you or be killed by you.
Oh, Master, Master, Master! You have come home to your royal dwelling. But why did you exert yourself so getting here? I was waiting to open the door. Lady Orin told me not to let you in. But I'd never listen to the pretender to your fetid throne. We are unfortunate bunkmates, as she refuses to leave your estate. Every day she kills me as I'm trying to beautify the temple for your return. Up to thrice some days. Being killed by you is so much more pleasurable, Master. A 1,000 succubi could give me no greater delight. There's a puddle of blood on the floor as you walk in. Careful, don't slip.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Anchev, daughter of Saravok, mother of Orin. I wanted to be Baal's chosen. Saravok told me she must be my offering. I was close, my hand around her throat. I failed. No, she worshipped him, loved him. So did I. Orin, my daughter. I tried to kill her, but she killed me first. Baldur's Gate, Brampton District.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Your savior approaches, scuttling in without the tyrant's rock. You are a mangled bloodbrain, thinking father could be refused. I know what you did. Spilled my grandfather's crimson. He was mine. He showed me the way to slice and slit. He guides my dagger still. Did it think it could protect? Did it think it could save? Only the blades can offer salvation. No. He didn't! He didn't! Filthy, big-mouthed little liar! You think I hurt from such meaningless vapors? Do you forget what I did to you?
How you screamed as my knife slit your skull. Your brain juices, sticky and sweet. A little hole, big enough for the worm. Your body, a blood sac to feed it. The favorite of Baal turned meat puppet. strung up by the sinews and plucked by my hats.
A straggling memory rises. Day your tyranny should have engulfed this world. It was you who were the first to be enslaved. Oren's smile was the last thing you saw, her bright blade glinting as she chiseled into your skull. Her reckless digging left your mind shattered. She robbed you of your bloody birthright, reduced you to nothing. Nothing but pure hate. And now it burns, yearning for vengeance.
Husk, maggot, a ball spawn, sliding in filth with these pigs. You don't deserve the Murder Lord's blessing. Your rightful place is strung above my altar. Carcass fluids flooding into the gutter. Come close, my death's heads, but keep your blades unblooded. Baal demands a duel. He wants to taste my domination. An altar flowing with his own unwilling flesh. Draining, dying. Drip, drip, drip.
You should have trained harder, Master. Master, you are the chosen one. He is near. He comes for you.
offering of his affection for you, or confirmation that he owns you.
The Slayer form will be yours, made crueler, stronger, the prime incarnation of murder.
It seems impossible to stand against your father, but you have fought this long against your nature. There might just be a way.
My chosen, my slayer, violence incarnate, you will become a testament in blood. Go, child of Baal, claim the crown of Karsus, control the Absolute, and command the Horde fit to butcher this world in my name.
The stone trembles with evils, warm as fathers hate.
Think carefully. Do not give yourself to the Dreadlord, no matter how strong your cravings.
Unease fills the Baal temple's stagnant air.
Congratulations. Your father smiles upon you. But do not let filial piety distract you from our cause. Orin's Netherstone is in our grasp. And now we must look ahead to the other, Gortash.
We should pay Gortash a visit. Let's see if he keeps his word.
Seek him out. He is all that stands between us and the Elder Brain.
Took me. I did not think I could survive again. Thank you. I owe you everything. If there is anything left of her, burn it. I do not trust her to stay dead. I need to leave this place to recover. She left scars on me that will never heal.
Seems the father issues are only just beginning, eh? The choice is made. You'll never stop killing. You're going to sit nicely in my lap, perhaps naked, as I give orders to our nocturnal horde from my palace throne. Baal's army will be an unsurpassable dowry. I cannot wait for you to claim it. Yes, my treasure. Anything for you, my darling. Delicious.
You will want your hands free for what comes next. Only a respite. Do not forget who knows the Baalspawn better than any alive. Your path only ever led one way. You have won Baal's bloody blessing. Now you think you will step out into the world and carve your name upon it. I know better. I stood here a century ago and watched this same ceremony unfold. I stand here again to show you how it ends. With your bones rotting beneath your father's hall. Your name remembered by none. What about you? Huh? Will you protect the world from what he has become?
I thought I saved you from Baal's clutches. Seems I failed. Damn it all. I will mourn the person you were, but I will not accept the one you've become.
Goodbye, Baalspawn. Harpers, to arms! Let's defend this city as we always have.
Consult me. One part of it. A smaller part than I had hoped. You know me well. Orin could make herself a mirror to anyone she met. A perfect physical replica, down to the slightest blemish or imperfection. It was only the surface that she imitated, though. The skin and the muscle and the bone. Peel back the surface, and her madness lay beneath. She could not hide that, no matter what form she took. No matter how perfect the surface imitation, few would see themselves reflected in Orin's madness, in her soul. I did see myself there. A broken version of myself, but recognizable nonetheless. And of course, you saw yourself there too. She was your sister, after all, bound to you by Baal's blood. I was like her once, when we first met, and before you ever knew me. A mad woman, butchering prey in the name of a god who would discard me without a thought once I was no longer of use. It is only because of you that I did not meet the same fate as Orin, lost to madness and blood. If you had killed me when we first met, I would have been just one more casualty of your crusade against the Absolute. And nobody would remember me.
You have the Netherstones. They resonate with my own. I commend you for putting an end to Orin's madness. She must be screaming bloody murder in the hells even now. How was the reunion? I trust you demonstrated your particular spark of creative genius. I always preferred your methods to hers. You have mastery over your urges. Orin was consumed by her gruesome obsessions. Then you know what must be done. My involvement with Orin was never a true alliance. A mad dog understands the yank of the leash on the hand of its master, but it cannot be an equal. You can be my equal. We will raise a black keep in Baldur's Gate. Then we will conquer the Sword Coast and unite all its peoples under our rule. But first, the brain awakens. We must act now. Faithful, come forward. Hand me the Netherstones and we will rule as one.
If he holds all the stones, he holds all the power. We must keep our portion if this alliance is to endure.
I'm not here for games. Hand me the stones, or face the black hand of Lord Bane. As they should. I was merely testing you. This should be an alliance of peers. You've got a backbone, and the makings of a leader. The Dark Lord Bane blesses our alliance. Our time is short. The Elder Brain is held beneath the city. We must go to it if we're to control it. There is a vessel to the morphic pool where the brain feeds. I will wait for you at the pool. With the nether stones in hand, the brain can't resist us. We will be absolute, with an infected army at our beck and call. First we take Baldur's Gate, then Faerun. All of Toril will soon follow, 1,000 kingdoms at our command.
Welcome thee to the Devil's Fee, where every hellish curio is a... Oh, it's you. Your little scroot of a friend left this on my floor the last time you visited. I presume you have returned to re-engage my services? I am afraid that I cannot take you back to Mephistopheles' vaults. That place is now locked tighter than Lord Mammon's coin purse. I have, however, recently found a delightful new place I could sneak you into. Tell me, what do you know of the devil Raphael? You remember the crown of Carsus, yes? I should hope so. Last time you and Lord Gortash were here, I charged you both a pretty penny to help steal it. His House of Hope is furnished with a great deal of treasures, many related to Carsus. But alas, he lacks the crown itself. I do enjoy a good tangent. I have found a way to slip the latch to his house, if you wish to leap into Avernus one more time. The crown seemed to interest you, after all. Of course, such a task will require quite the substantial donation to Lord Mammon's coffers.
Such a task would be tantamount to suicide. And for what? The devil has nothing that you need.
Why?
The risk almost seems worth it when there's such pretty coins involved.
Allow me to outline how this is going to work. First, you were never here. We never spoke. Second, you will perform the rites yourself. I want absolute deniability. Here's the grimoire and necessary components. Oh, take this key, too. It unlocks the ritual room upstairs. There's a blood circle already drawn. Don't ask whose blood.
Along with the grimoire and components, Helsik hands you a note containing precise instructions for performing the ritual.
Finally, you were never here. That is of utmost import to remember. Now be gone!
You came. Such a shame. Curiosity killed all the cats. It won't be so kind to you.
As the woman speaks, you hear a distant rattle of chains, and she winces in pain.
The jailer will hear us. I shouldn't be talking to you. I must go. It's not kind to me.
The figure flickers and starts to dim from view, but you sense she could be convinced to return. The figure shimmers brightly. Your words seem to have piqued her curiosity.
I hope so. But it is a faint hope. Just like me. I can't move. I could only suffer. But I'm supposed to do that in silence. Everyone here hates me for what I am. I'm the thing that kills you, and the only reason you're alive. Made by a promise, undone by the truth. A handshake, a hug, the first beat of a newborn's heart. I am hope. What little is left of her. A guttering candle in a universe of night. I'm not much of a friend to anyone anymore. But I could use a friend myself. Do you want a friend to guide you through this madhouse? Hear the jailer. It hears me. It'll call Raphael, make every question count, make some of them count twice. Caveat venditor. Big mistake coming here while Raphael holds all the cards in his claws. But big mistakes correct bigger mistakes. Like scribbling your signature in the first place. Silly little mice. But yes! Hope can help. Your contract is here, in this house.
You hear a sound like the rattle of a chain, and an agonizing scream in your head as hope flickers from view momentarily.
Quiet. There it goes. Everyone here is mad. Even you, especially me. And that makes them dangerous, but it also makes them stupid. I'll make you seem as ruined as the rest of the people here. A simple glamour to make you a terrible wretch. Now whisper your questions, little wretch, but really quiet and very clever. Concentrate. Remember, quiet as a mouse. The same place you'll find your sorry little soul when Raphael rips it out. The paper cage for your soul. Such a tiny thing, but it's one of his favorites. In the archive, down the corridor, past the debtors. Oh, the debtors. They won't like you. But I like you. I know I do. I think I do. I hope I do. I just need to ask one question, and I'll know for sure. Can you save me? Please, 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 please. You don't even know how. All right. You have to listen very, very, very closely. I will say this only once. Find the key, take the contract, smash my chains. Find the key, take the contract, smash my chains. Find the key, take the contract, smash my chains. Once you take the contract, the fire will come. And Raphael, you must run, run, run. But don't forget me. Please, please, please. I don't want to burn. Not again.
The rattle of chains echoes louder from unseen places, and without a scream or a sigh, hope disappears.
Hello again, little mice. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread on toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. I can. I shall. I can. I shall. The archivist is the key, but he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him unstoppable! Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
He fears authority figures. Perhaps his teacher took a strap to him and left a deep impression at an early age. There's one regular visitor that he particularly fears. She is...
A crack like breaking bone. Hope winces.
Scarier things than you, little mice. Verilius Receptor. A High Inquisitor of Zariel. Officially entitled to audit Raphael's collection. Her true form is so gargantuan and mind-scarring to behold that she takes on many guises when she visits. Play your part well and you can be one of those blasphemous guises.
Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or is carved into his eyelids.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here. A 1,000 apologies, O majestic magistrate of the Infernal Court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary. Of course, of course. It is highly prized due to the unique potential of the soul it is bound to. I don't understand the appeal of them myself, but Raphael does dote after mortals so. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this
to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
A lost little mouse is running through the house. A thief in the night, greedy and here to take. Why are you here, little thief? This is very naughty. Whatever are we to do? Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose. It's a surprise. Off with your clothes. Good, little thief. Good. Keep going like this. And you'll get to live. You'll be crying out my name soon. You'd better know it. I am Hanna, Raphael's personal incubus, glamored and transfigured to look like him. I'm a perfect copy. He only ever wants to sleep with himself. What's better than the devil you know, eh?
His violating stare sees more than all of you. It sees potential.
Before we continue, I want to make sure you're comfortable.
Sometimes, when he's feeling adventurous, Raphael will ask me to change into the Archduchess, Raphael. I can take her form if you choose. A simple swap pales in comparison to what you were about to do for me.
Very well. I will be Raphael himself. All of him. On the bed. Lie back.
Darling, what are you doing? This isn't safe. You can't trust him.
Any thought of resistance or control is fading. You will obey, giving yourself body and mind to them. You retain a trace of free will, but it is one drop in the ocean of their desire. It will not last. Every kiss is as tender as a last goodbye. Every touch a lie of true love. It is every sensation of a lifetime of love all at once. Your body trembles with impossible expectation. Unable to resist, a voiceless scream erupts from your mouth. Harlep,
You are so delicious.
The moment he is inside, your mind folds over double. As he continues to lavish himself upon your helpless form, you stop breathing, your heart stops beating, and your mind begins to clear entirely. Some last thought whispers in your skull, vacated by everything else but rapture. This is the end.
Devote yourself to pleasure eternal. Stay here with me. This can be forever. A brilliant choice. Vow that your body belongs to me. Give yourself to me, and I will tell you what you wish to know.
As he kisses you deeply, it feels as familiar as breathing. A last cascade of pleasure washes over you, greater than the feelings before, but it draws you back into reality.
I can't wait to explore how you work. What gets you going? What makes you sweat? And every time I make love in your shape, you will know. A shiver out of the blue, a tingle from beyond. You will know. Now, your reward for giving me such a present. I will tell you one, and only one, of Raphael's dirty secrets. Whisper it to me. What do you want to know? No. But you didn't come all this way to ask that, did you? You wouldn't sell yourself so cheaply, I hope. I sensed the soul within you chained to the contract. You do not deserve to call such a man master. Raphael hides nothing from me, can deny me nothing, aside from what he keeps in his safe. The safe lingers behind the right-hand painting of Raphael. He almost spends more time staring at those portraits than he does at me. Although I'd love to watch you struggle to open the safe without it, this key should help. You've labored enough, pet. Now, shall we bid one another goodbye? Thank you for you. I will misuse you well.
Bad news! Worst news! Good news! You got what you came for. Successful visit! Great success! Fantastic work! Bad news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included! That's okay, no, right? It's hell! You expected it to be hot. Worst news, Raphael's on his way home, and oh boy, he is spitting mad! You planned for this. I know you did. You have everything under control. It's really important that you don't panic, even when your eyes evaporate from the heat. Come to my prison, bring the hammer, break my chains, and then we exit stage any which way. But you promised! Oh, gods, no! Oh, please, no! No, 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 no!
Time slows for a moment, and the air becomes thicker. The master of the house is coming.
You. There are many things in your world that I loathe. Litters of kittens, chattering children, the noise and the chaos of it all. In my world, in my house, there is order, and there are rules. You have broken the most important rule of all, and committed the cardinal sin. You went against your word and defied our contract. In doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine. I will not abide it. You've given me no other choice. I offered you liberty, and you've chosen death. It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it, and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different to doomed Carsus, overreaching your limits and burning your world to ash. And hope already burned. Commander, you can salvage a trophy from these insects when I'm done with them.
These insects struck me down beneath the Shadowlands. They are worthy opponents. Their skulls will make fine trophies. To stand against a devil in his own home. That takes courage. I'm with you.
How tiresome. Am I to understand that you wish to die with them?
I wish to fight with them.
It's all the same in the end. If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish you. You contemptuous creature!
And destroyed the contract that bound you. The contract you tried to hide from me. Did you think I wouldn't find out? Did Did you think that you would quietly infiltrate the Devil's home with me nestled right within your thoughts and mask your true intentions from me? There is only one thing to understand about a devil. It serves only itself. Anything it promised to deliver, it would recover tenfold. You realized the error of your ways and corrected them. But you would do better not to err in the first place, especially when there is so much at stake. You saw for yourself what the Chosen are capable of. But did you also see their weakness? Yes, in a manner of speaking. It was their union that made them. They had an almost flawless plan to dominate Faerun, but their distrust is their undoing. We must not fall into the same trap. We must trust one another. Good. If we can count upon each other, then we may count one advantage in our favor. You may think yourself ingenious for having slain a devil. But you have nearly ironed out a wrinkle. The Elder Brain will not be such an easy foe. It is time we resume our journey to find it.
Veritas seems unable to speak, ever since you commanded him not to.
Oh, forgive my negligence. I entreat you. Oh, don't do that to me again. Ah, inquisit me. What do you wish to know of? Oh, no. There are far more important matters at hand. But if you must waste time thinking of your butler, I will attend to your curiosity. I am but a table scrap of Baal's will. He will send me to aid and protect you until you have need of me, no more. As long as there have been Baal spawn, there have been butlers. But Baal only makes them for the children he has use of. Now, as you was the last true recipient of your father's blessing, I suspect I am the last living butler. I was sent to guide you to your birthright on the day my vile lord reached his age of majority. I hope we will stay together, always. Me? Serve Orin? Oh, I should be sick. Oh, fetch the bucket of Baal. Oh, oh. Orin had her own butler, who she insolently killed on his first visit, claiming she didn't need him to follow Baal. Oh, poor Cruor. Never stood a chance. The only way for a butler to die is if we are not of use to our master. But you have always needed abundant assistance. Ah, inquisit me. What do you wish to know of? Ah, my favorite subject of conversation. There was one time you gave a beggar some coin while we were en route to the Devil's Fee. You didn't kick him or spit on him or anything. I was so shocked I almost fainted. I still have nightmares about it to this day. But I'm sure you only did so to lower the suspicions of the Flaming Fist. Surely. Orin was born and raised in the temple, but you spent many years on your own before you found your way back home. Hence, you have such diverse talents. But you were awful from the very first day you set foot amongst the Ichord altars. Baal gave out all of his seed long ago, in the time of Saravok. You were not conceived. Baal sculpted you from a drop of his own gore. No Baal spawn has ever borne the urge, the holy guarantee of murder. It was woven into your blood alone. Orin was not special. She was but a grandchild of an aged Baal spawn, a mere weed of Baal's loins. My lord, you are the hero of a sad tale. You do not have a charm placed upon you to clear your memory stores, nor an enchantment befuddling you. Orin dug, Orin scooped, Orin dissected. Your brain is damaged forever. But don't fret. I still think you're very clever, despite your little problem. Ah, inquisit me. What do you wish to know of? Ah, my favorite subject of conversation. Your tedious sister believed she was ending you when she drilled the wee tadpole cavern in your head. You were merely reborn, with a silver spoon in your brain. The first to be tadpoled, the first above all men. I hope you are taking advantage of the worm. It will lead you to rule. You and the Urge are wedded now. One body, one mind. Ah, inquisit me. What do you wish to know of? Your command is my wish. Your demand is my desire. Oh, you make a butler blush.
An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
The brain is about to break free. We have no time to lose. We either shackle it by the force of our will and usher in a new age, or the city breaks.
You've survived shadows, defied gods, and overcome many challenges to be here. But that doesn't mean you're ready for what comes next.
For that, you will have to be much, much stronger.
I don't doubt your conviction, but I'd be a fool to expect victory. The brain has grown incredibly powerful. Confronting it is madness, but there's no other way. If either of us falters, both of us die. Come, let's end this. Rise. I, Lord Enver Gortash, chosen of Bane, command you.
It's close. Have the stones ready.
Dark Lord, how did it grow so large?
You think you know why you are here? You think that by enslaving me with the Netherstones, you will bring your father's scourge upon the world? You are wrong.
messing with your mind. Don't listen to it. Use the stones.
As I intended. The crown is now mine to command. Mine alone.
Don't listen to it. Focus on the crown.
The crown is not my weakness. It is what made me what I am.
You are delusional. The crown is how we controlled you.
I respected Baal's child once, but not you, Cortesh. I allowed you to control me as long as it suited my purpose. You have played your part. The next order to be given is mine, and it is this. Die.
Strach! We cannot suffer the same fate.
When the parasite entered your ruined mind, you became a pawn in my design. Who do you think told the Chosen about the astral prism? Who do you think planted the knowledge of Orpheus's power and the fear of what it could do? When the Chosen sent my thralls to retrieve the prism, who do you think let the Emperor slip its leash, knowing it would be the one to bring you to me?
Were you a part of its plan?
I only needed one Netherstone loosened from the Chosen's grasp to guarantee my freedom. You brought all three back to me. In doing so, you have liberated me. This was your role, and it is complete. Now you will witness the grand design.
No! The abomination shall witness our vengeance! Refocus your efforts!
just in time. The situation is worse than I thought. This is an elder brain, no longer. The magic of the crown has caused it to evolve. It has become something more. A nether brain. Me too. We nearly lost everything. It has been anticipating our every move from the start. I underestimated it. We will need to rethink our plan. I have assessed our encounter with the Netherbrain from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time, but the Netherbrain calculates every possible at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Elithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain. Now stand aside. I will assimilate the Githyanki's power in your stead. Do not judge me. Come, we must follow the brain's path. This time, we will not fail.
Look at this place. From a symbol of the city's power and grandeur to a brain-infested husk. Maybe I should help fund the repairs when this is all over. It would be the civic-minded thing to do. And it means we could install secret tunnels, spy holes, maybe even a murder pit. Everything we'd need to rule from the shadows. Then we'd better make it count. You've never tasted so sweet, darling. Oh, as well as can be expected when facing down the end of the world. Please, darling. You have the vampire ascendant on your side. How could we lose?
Lost much already, and we will lose more before the day is out. But even when the last soul falls, Baldur's Gate will stand. For Baldur's Gate is more than just a city. It is more than a place of opportunity for those of mercantile spirit. More than a place of refuge for those who are lost. More than a home for friends, loved ones, and adventuring souls. Baldur's Gate is a place where anyone can find what they need, if they're just willing to fight for it. Today, Baldur's Gate needs us. Today, we fight for... You're late, friend. This is the one you spoke of.
The very same. The one who comes to save the city. They will lay the final stitch on the fate of Baldur's Gate.
The Fist examines your illithid ally with suspicion. He was not expecting the savior of Baldur's Gate to be accompanied by a mind flayer.
Appearances may change, but they do not mask the one within. This one, I know. Observe with whom it traveleth. Friends. This mind flare will fight with thee. It will save thy city and thy lives.
The Fist eyes your illithid ally with suspicion, softening to curiosity. His hostility melting at the recognition that there's more behind those eyes than malice.
My steel is yours. And I'm not alone.
You helped me once. I figured it's time I paid you back. With magic.
I'm better at crafting steel than wielding it. Your friend here is armored and potion-fueled and ready for battle.
You can count on me, little rabbit, and your squiddy friend. I thirst for the hunt.
The journey has been brutal, but I stand here a Hell Rider once more, and I would die a proud man if I died this day.
The Murder Lord's own tributes will be yours to command. Use us violently, and slaughter well.
My dark forces are at your command today. We have a common goal.
All the strength of the lands we healed flows through me, and from me to you, and whatever company you keep.
Glad to have you with us, and not a moment too soon.
The air is thick with anticipation. All eyes are on you. They're expecting a speech, something to stir their hearts and put fire in their bellies for the fight ahead.
Well said. We'll prepare ourselves. We'll be ready when you call upon us. Baldur's grace be with you.
There it is. The crown. The very thing that has been amplifying the Netherbrain's power. And the very place that we will be able to dominate it. That's where we should use the Netherstones.
Is there no end to these horrors?
There you are. The rat catcher. The avenging exile. Murder incarnate. You are spectacular specimens. And you will make spectacular thralls. Impossible. Pain! Fear! Terror! Reconsider. Assess.
lost. It begs for its life.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute!
It pleads because it knows I'm its master. I will finish this.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of the Emperor's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps. You glimpse the lifelong destiny promised by your father. Enslave, dominate, ruin. In your father's name, you must seize your rightful claim to the brain, not destroy it. If you do not, then he will flay and shred your mind, so it cannot even comprehend the horrors he will plague you with.
It can be ours, my love. The whole world. We only have to take it.
Straj! What are you doing?
Conquer! Kill! Slaughter!
In Baal's name.
shall soon amass an illithid army to bring slaughter across Faerun. But now, it is time to unleash Baal's adoration upon his beloved city. You are half an illithid, half a god. Below, the gawking onlookers line up to die. But there is one who deserves the honor of your first death, the beginning of your end.
My darling love, you were perfect, my sweet. And now, the world is ours to rule.
For the final act. Your tragedy has become mankind's. You to feel each kill as if it were your own. The pleasure is almost too much to bear. As you think upon the resplendent deaths to come, Father sends a premonition, of your red radiant destiny. You are the end, the last creature living, with all else felled by your hand. Alone amidst their gall at the close of eternity. Then, and only then, Father will be proud.
It can be ours, my love. The whole world. We only have to take it.
In Baal's name.
Shall soon amass an illithid army to bring slaughter across Faerun. But now, it is time to unleash Baal's adoration upon his beloved city. You are half an illithid, half a god. Below, the gawking onlookers line up to die. But there is one who deserves the honor of your first death, the beginning of your end.
My darling love, You were perfect, my sweet. And now, the world is ours to rule.
Time for the final act. Your tragedy has become mankind's. You to feel each kill as if it were your own. The pleasure is almost too much to bear. As you think upon the resplendent deaths to come, Father sends a premonition of your red radiant destiny. You are the end, the last creature living, with all else felled by your hand. Alone amidst their gall at the close of eternity. Then, and only then, Father will be proud.
I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain. Silence, the overbearing quiet of your father's disappointment before the rush of your tragic fall. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
Victory. Our enemies are dust at our feet. We're free of that stupid parasite! And I'm free to enjoy all the power Cazador left me. And here I was, worried I'd become some grotesque, deformed beast. I would say no offense meant, but, well, look at you.
It makes little difference to me. I did what I had to secure my freedom. And in spite of your resistance to completing your evolution, you have proved a good ally. I'm glad you think so. I did my best.
Well, that's a pleasant sight. Here's hoping they stay in their own plane.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
Gale, are you brooding? Because I swear, if you ruin my good mood...
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I could retrieve it. Perhaps even wield it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mistra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mistra's yoke. I could raise a new Netheril, right here in Faerun. I thought you were wise enough to recognize that I am not the man I once was. It seems that we've come to an impasse. I stand on the threshold of divine ascension, and you would try to keep me grounded. It's not your fault. I can hardly expect you to understand. But nor will I relinquish this chance because you're unwilling to imagine a world where I succeed. Ah, I will never forget you. That much I promise. And if one day you feel differently, I will be honored to have you as my chosen.
I swear, you ascend to unprecedented power one time, and then suddenly everyone's doing it. I do wonder how he'll fare when Mystra decides to crush him. It could be quite the show. But enough about the wizard. Let's talk about us.
What comes now? I cannot remember the last time we did not have a grand purpose to work towards. Very well. Perhaps after a drink or five, I'll be tempted to inflict some of my singing on you all. As if the city has not suffered enough.
I will not be joining you. I fear my presence will be no more welcome in the streets of the city than it ever was.
Walk safely into the dark. You were truly tentacular.
I will miss you too.
Now that you no longer live in each other's minds, it's hard to tell if the mind flare is being sincere, though perhaps no harder than it ever was. Your thoughts wander from your companions and everything you endured to your own piteous fate. If only you defied your father when you had the chance and freed yourself of your dark desires. But it's too late now. Your destiny is set. Your very blood shall clot with the urge, and that hungry desire will consume you. You may have freed the world from the control of the nether brain, but you are not yet free. Your father is angry. What foul punishment awaits you now that you have rejected him?
Don't do this! Your life!
You've butchered so many before, each death a gift to your father. But this one, you will take from him. This one is just for you. It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Who flickerest there? The poor brave soul who hath defied the Lord of Murder, the madman in king's clothing. With thy death thou hast given life to all the Lord of Murder would see undone. Thou hast made good on the promise of thy better heart. Tell me, adventurer, hero, friend, do the voices echo still? Thou deserveth as much. Let thy mind be its own place thou mayst sow and reap. Ah, what sweet fruits might such fertile ground yield. Thy life may be forfeit, but thy death hath only begun to unfold. What awaiteth thee is a mystery, even to me. I cannot account for thee, adventurer, hero, friend. But I know thy story endeth not here. Death itself hath many byways, and thou might yet have a new and different role to play.
Six months have passed since you defeated the Netherbrain. And since then, you have seen more of life than you ever thought possible. You are greeted as a savior, a champion, a hero. But sometimes you feel like something else entirely. An adventurer, a traveler, a survivor. You faced down the gods. You thwarted the grand design. Anything seems possible. But before you can write the next chapter of your story, you must end this one.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute. Tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
One among you could not truly attend, but the pull of Wither's magic called you still. Listen and enjoy, though you'll be little more than a breeze ruffling your companion's hair.
Oh, here we are. A gathering of allies at a cold campsite with no servants to attend us and few luxuries to enjoy. Oh, we could have been conquerors. We could have ruled these realms as gods. Do you ever regret that we did not take control of the Netherbrain? You may be right, but I cannot help but wish we had tried. That is in the past, though. Regrets are of little value, unless they are fuel for future victories. Few mortals have stood against gods and monsters as we have, and lived to tell the tale. We can write our own stories now, and leave our mark on these realms. I feared that returning to the Underdark as an apostate of Lolth would be an act of madness. Perhaps it was. If so, it is a madness that fits me well. Rebels swarm to my cause, and even if it takes centuries, I will reclaim my house in Menzoberranzan. And make the Spider Queen bleed. I would no more allow a god to shape my destiny than I would a pigeon. You may observe my works if you lack sufficient occupations of your own, but do not interfere, unless you wish to learn how fleeting divinity can be.
Think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place. That was more than worth the wait. Rest assured, my arms shall be ready. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes. And the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together. It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of. As am I. I may age more slowly than most, but I do believe I've gained some new laughter lines of late. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image. You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company. Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Well, look who it is. My first and oldest friend. The last 6 months have been kind to you. I admit, since my ascension, it has been a charmed existence. Everything I ever wanted is right at my fingertips. Cazador's mansion has become my palace, and played host to every kind of banquet and soiree and masquerade imaginable. And of course, has seen its fair share of hedonism, clandestine deals, and the occasional disappearance. Whatever it takes to build up my influence over those who matter. I'm spinning my web. Power grows slowly, but I have nothing but time now. Rather wonderfully, actually. I've been making all sorts of new friends. They're the kind of friends that would see me burn the first chance they get. But that's all in the nature of the game, isn't it? But the important thing is I am doing wonderfully. Finally having a life that's worth living. And who knows what's next? There's an entire world out there, ready for the taking. Perhaps the next time we meet, we'll have grander conquests to toast. I did miss you, you know. There is a sense of loneliness that comes with power. We did share a wonderful adventure, you and I. A pity to see it end in some ways. But we have great new lives stretching out before us, and great new adventures to go on. I will never forget the time we spent together, though. And I know you'll never forget me. Until next time, darling.
I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep. And if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. Alas, on this occasion I appear to have been erased from this plane in both soul and substance. So the usual protocol for revivification cannot be followed. I am, however, available for the duration of this spell to assist with the tying of any loose ends related to my recent departure from mortality. As a precautionarily prepared spell, I'm afraid I wasn't witness to the exact nature of my demise. However, on behalf of my creator, I wish to make abundantly clear that my death was an unfortunate accident, and in no way related to any attempted usurpation of the reigning divinities of the day. Then permit me to relay the truth as far as I was witness to it. Retrieving the crown from the muddy floor of the Chionthar was surprisingly straightforward, if a little damp. I recall standing on the riverside, the icy chill of Netherese metal in my hands, and then nothing. Gale of Waterdeep was gone. And so was I, until Withers kindly summoned me here to perform my final task. I have been entrusted with the delivery of a letter to be given to one who cared most for me in life. I hope these words do something to ease the tragedy of my untimely and honestly quite unexpected passing. With that, I'm afraid my spell is waning. Is there anything else you need of me before I blink out of existence? I can see why I loved you.
Right. You. Hello. Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dicarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? I can almost feel Gale here. Among his friends. In you. Some part of him remains, doesn't it? That's good. We should miss him. He was such a lovely fellow. Proud as a peacock, but my little love. Oh, what I wouldn't give to snuggle up on his lap one more time. Just once would do. Oh, I couldn't possibly. Unless, well, perhaps it's not a terrible idea. Gale would be quite pleased to know we've made friends, wouldn't he? Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so. And I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was. Jolly good. I'll tell Mrs. Dicarios to be expecting you. Oh, she'll be delighted. Things just haven't been the same without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration.
He looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy. He sniffs the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you. The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs to have a home, and Halsin is perfect. There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it? A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism. He whines. Less talk, more throw. Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement.
It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again, if only for a night. I hope the sun does not make haste to rise on us. Do you truly even need to ask? Of course. Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate? And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Oh, imagine their faces.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you. There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Freed the world from the control of the nether brain, but you are not yet free. Your father is angry. What foul punishment awaits you now that you have rejected him? And just like that, it's over. Whatever's left of you is subsumed by the overwhelming strength of your desires. Blood, 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 blood. Months have passed since you defeated the Netherbrain, and since then you have seen more of life than you ever thought possible. You are greeted as a savior, a champion, a hero. But sometimes you feel like something else entirely. An adventurer, a traveler, a survivor. You faced down the gods. You thwarted the grand design. Anything seems possible. But before you can write the next chapter of your story, you must end this one.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
One among you could not truly attend, but the pull of Wither's magic called you still. Listen and enjoy, though you'll be little more than a breeze ruffling your companion's hair.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
The sacks of unclaimed blood cheer one another, while you, thorn-pricked pile of nothing, leer. Your curdled mind is eager for the sleep, so you can strike with the death dream. Each time you unhinge your maw, the words of the prophet tumble forth. Not long now, not long. Wait until they are at rest to strike. Patience. Iron, salt, a stagnant marrow treat. The revelry is falling to a lull. Your witching hour draws close. Kill them all, mad Baalban. Kill them all. You may have freed the world from the control of the Netherbrain, but you are not yet free. Your father is angry. What foul punishment awaits you now that you have rejected him? And just like that, it's over. Whatever's left of you is subsumed by the overwhelming strength of your desires. Blood, 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 blood. Months have passed since you defeated the Netherbrain, and since then you have seen more of life than you ever thought possible. You are greeted as a savior, a champion, a hero. But sometimes you feel like something else entirely. An adventurer, a traveler, a survivor. You faced down the gods. You thwarted the grand design. Anything seems possible. But before you can write the next chapter of your story, you must end this one.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
One among you could not truly attend, but the pull of Wither's magic called you still. Listen and enjoy, though you'll be little more than a breeze ruffling your companion's hair.
One night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself. But for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
The sacks of unclaimed blood cheer one another, while you, thorn-pricked pile of nothing, leer. Your curdled mind is eager for the sleep, so you can strike with the death dream. Each time you unhinge your maw, the words of the prophet tumble forth. Not long now, not long. Wait until they are at rest to strike. Patience. You are Baal's stallion. Many of your own Baal spawn have been born to die in this half-year. Your new children will become the tyrant's horde. Why do you spare even one thought for your forsaken mate? As soon as it tries to pass through your lips, you feel violently ill. Now you are what he fears most. A starved ratling, an itching prowler, a reminder of his worst self, best left to history. The revelry is falling to a lull. Your witching hour draws close. Kill them all, Mad Baalban. Kill them all.